Hey guys, welcome back to the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. We're still looking for Eddie, and I suppose he is somewhere around here. We're gonna have a look at that door once again. Sorry.
Nobody home.
Nobody home.
There's something ahead on the road.
Now you will go there. Okay, but it seems like there has been an accident.
My God.
Cartographer, traveler of the moors. Holy moly.
Mr. Ambrose. I'm going to help you.
Yeah, we're gonna cut you loose, definitely. Okay, so there's a cat.
The milk is not salvageable. Spilt milk is soaking into the mud. It's Herbert. He's lapping up the spilt milk. Mr. Ambrose's cart has been smashed to pieces. The cart is beyond repair.
Holy moly.
Bakewell, 32 miles. Beulah really was in complete isolation before the railway line came in. Bakewell, 30 Beulah.
Okay, I suppose.
Let me free you, sir. Curses! The rope is bound too tightly.
Yeah,
I can't even free his mouth.
Okay, so we will
Don't
have
worry,
to.
sir. I'll find a way to free you.
Yeah, we are going to cut you loose, aren't we? We do have a knife.
Please hold still. I'm going to cut you free. He had been so tightly bound that I could barely cut through without hurting him further. His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery, and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act. After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free. Are you all right?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself, the devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
Oh, my love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand. As we made the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him. He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
My love.
Eddie! Jesus, what happened to you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
I thought you'd abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Oh, Eddie!
Let's get out of here, my darling.
Hang on. You thieving beat! I'll have your guts for garters! Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sow!
Oh.
The cheek! Here you are, Mum.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No, thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Aye, thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this godforsaken estate again.
Good luck, you two.
Elopers, may they find happiness together. Well, that's kind of nice. Was a little bit harsh, and also I don't understand why he was tied up. Because usually people don't end up in that state in this game, and that's a little bit strange, whatever. Alright, let's have a look at the map. I think we got the achievement Cartographer because we unlocked the final stage, which is this eastern road here, so...
These flowers were stuffed into Mr. Ambrose's mouth.
Yeah, let's have a look at them.
These flowers, Perhaps they had a queer effect on Mr. Ambrose's mind. Perhaps I could show them to Mildred Walker.
Aha! Are we gonna do that before we do anything else? Well, I suppose let's have a look. A flower for Albert de Plancy's grave. Mrs. de Plancy said her husband loved Hippiastrum, a red, odorless flower with a long stem. If I found one, I could bring it to her to lay on his grave. Yeah, the pudding to Lord Panswick. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go to Mildred first then and show her the flower.
Good day. Do you recognize this flower?
Hellebore. Quite common, in fact.
Is it known for any special properties?
Aye, many depending on who you ask. Some say it can be used in curses or incantations. They say it has the power to alter perception, opening a passage to the subconscious or another world.
So it causes one to hallucinate.
You could say so.
Hellebore,
Certainly
passage.
wouldn't recommend eating it.
Thank you.
And what about the other flower?
I'm not sure they would be interested.
Okay, sure. Okay, so we did that. We got an achievement for that. So let's go to the church. Enter. And talk to Mrs. de Plancy.
I have something for you.
You found them? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to Albert. You'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. de Plancy.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet. He were a good man, our Albert.
Sounds like he was. I'm so sorry.
Do you fear death, pet?
I do, but it's best not to dwell on such thoughts. Life is for living, not for worrying about what comes after.
I fear it, but my faith keeps me going. I know I'll meet him again, in heaven.
Take that thought forward, Mrs. de Plancy. Remember it. One day, you will be reunited.
Thank you. Oh, those flowers look beautiful.
They do.
Albert will be smiling down on us. Pet, I left me basket inside the church. You'll find some Bakewell puddings in there. You can have them.
Oh, you...
I insist. You've brought an ounce of happiness into my day, dear. It's only just that I return some.
Thank you, Mrs. de Plancy.
To be truthful with you, I was saving them for myself. I shouldn't be so selfish. Lord forgive me.
You're nothing of the sort.
I'll stay here with Albert a bit longer. You go back to your day, Pet. Lord be with you.
And you, Mrs. de Plancy.
All right.
I'll leave her to her grieving.
Okay, sure. Grieve, Mrs. de Plancy. You earned it, and we are going to go to the basket now. And take...
Here they are.
Yeah, the pudding. The Bakewell pudding. And the box pews are still closed.
They are still locked.
Yeah, they're still locked. Let's get out and go straight to Panswick Manor.
The vision returns.
I come bearing gifts.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. de Plancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
Oh, you are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Lord Panswick.
I take no pleasure in watching you scurry about Beulah to fulfill my every whim. Or do I?
I do not find this amusing in the slightest. You have no idea what I had to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity. Even in the face of something you know to be absurd. You don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
Let's go with why not.
Why not?
Splendid! I'm glad the rain doesn't put you off. You like to live a little dangerously, don't you, Thomasina? Let us stroll to the beck.
That sounds nice.
Romance on the moors. A little rain never hurt anyone.
We walked side by side down to the beck, his hand occasionally brushing my own. Despite Lord Panswick's entertaining company, I had an overwhelming feeling that time was being wasted. We ate those cakes down by the beck, and as he attempted the most charming lines he could muster upon me, I only had one thing on my mind. Father, could he be saved from his suffering? Was the answer to be found within Hobbs Barrow? I ached to find out. I didn't even notice the taste of those famous puddings. Seemingly disheartened by my lack of enthusiasm, Lord Panswick soon marched me back toward the ruined chapel.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow. What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hobbs Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid!
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help.
Okay, we finally did it, guys, it seems.
Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow. It's getting dark and cold. Time to head back to the plough and furrow.
So I suppose we are going to do that. Can we
No
now?
time for frolicking with the flock.
Yes, you do. Now you do. Okay, I'm going to go.
I'd rather not walk in.
Ooh. Just to be sure, nothing going on at the railway station. What about Cyril?
I don't think anyone is home.
Okay, so Cyril is at the furrow something something. Plough and furrow, that's what it's called, right? Okay, so we could go in.
It's late. It's late.
Okay, so let's just go inside.
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
Your lordship,
Stanley, my good man.
to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow. I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Beulah. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
My dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink. A welcome antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
I mean, if we do, he will talk to us more, so maybe we can find out more. So let's go with why not.
Why not?
Splendid. You heard the fair lady.
There you are.
Thank you.
Everyone, raise your glasses to Miss Bateman. May she conquer Hobbs Barrow and find all that she desires. Hip hip!
Hooray!
You don't wish to join me in a beverage?
Oh, you go ahead, my dear. Alcohol does not sit well with my constitution.
Thank you, your lordship. I needed that.
I aim to provide you with whatever your heart desires. I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at Hobbs Barrow in the morning.
Thank you again, Lord Panswick.
Till we meet again, faites des beaux rêves. Mr. Shoulder?
Your lordship?
Game saved. Okay, so he said something in French there. I think it means have nice dreams or something like that. Whatever. All right.
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
I've recruited the help of some local labourers to help with the excavation.
Marvellous. When do we start?
Tomorrow morning, first thing.
Wonderful.
Can I count on your assistance?
Of course. I'll meet you here at the Plough and Furrow.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
Are you prepared for the excavation tomorrow, Mr. Shoulder?
Aye. Truth be told, I was worried about me health, but I'll be reporting for duty.
Capital. Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I have nothing else.
Okay. Let's have a look around. What else is going on here? Oh, that's the woman. The market. The market. So there's Cyril.
I'd like to avoid speaking to her. Maybe she didn't notice that I swapped the herbs, but it's not worth the risk. I'll leave those two to their conversation. Hello again, Cyril.
You're still here? Leave me be, lass.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Okay, so there's Arthur.
Tom, seen her.
Arthur?
I've remembered something.
What is it, Arthur?
Not here. Meet me outside, in the alley.
Okay.
He's stinking drunk, but let's hear what he has to say.
I suppose yes, but we are going to talk to Stanley
You've
first.
changed your tunes, Stanley. An exciting time for Beulah. I thought you didn't want me to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Well, what can I get you?
I'm fine for now, thank you. I can't think of anything.
Okay, so let's go to the alley then. Oh, foreboding music.
What is it?
First of all, I must apologise to you. That night we met, when I vanished.
Yes?
Well, there were a man in the loo. A hooded man. He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
That's the thing. I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about. It was a drink, you see. I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what you were on about.
Oh?
Aye. Standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited. I concentrated. And it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
All right, all right. It were a couple of days before I met you.
Okay.
Hurry now, Leonard.
I'm not as quick as I used to be. This leg is getting worse by the day.
Yes, yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health. Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Aye, she's family.
And she gets here in 2 days?
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as soon as she arrives.
No, no, no. Your lordship, with all due respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea. She would laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bait.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something? Ah, a moonlight tryst. After something, are you, Mr. Tillett?
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch. Off you go, skedaddle. Don't make me ask twice. I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standard. It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillett is a nice man.
Come now, come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, for I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes for your excavation tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, that was indeed weird.
What do you think, girl? How can I make sense of all this? I'll be glad to be back in London with a good book once this is all said and done.
Zoolinguist, she's a good listener. Okay, we got an achievement for that. That's nice. But that's really, really strange. Everything's so incredibly strange. Wow, that song was great. Okay, another nightmare. So, Lord Panswick's wishes didn't come true. Okay, game saved. I know that we have hit the end of the episode mark, but I feel like we are nearing day 3, so I'm just gonna keep going, and this episode is just going to be a little bit longer, but we will have a clean cut for day 3.
So, Thomasina, the journal proves I'm telling you the truth, does it not?
It does.
Good. Now listen. I can help him again. We can help him. Together.
How?
All those years ago, your father entered this barrow with the goal of binding me within it. All because the people of Beulah had gotten it into their heads that Sack's not what cause of their plight. I tell you, Thomasina, we're not. Your father botched his incantation, leaving me in this weakened state, stuck in this limbo. As for him, well, you know how he ended up.
This doesn't sound right. Incantations. My father is a man of...
You don't know your father, Thomasina. How old were you? A child of not even 5, 6 years? You need to enter this barrow and undo what your father did. The spell must be undone. Then not only will I regain my strength, but your father will too.
But how do I...
Blood. The truest symbol of life and death. It's the life which flows within you, but it's also death once it escapes.
I don't understand.
Worry not how you'll undo what's been done. When the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. Time is short. Your father and I grow weaker by the hour. Go. Save your father.
The third day. Incantamentum. It's Latin, okay.
I must undo what has been done. Father, I'm coming.
And the game is saved. Alright guys, but I'm really sorry. I think this is a nice spot to end the episode, so if you want to know what lies ahead of us on day 3, you'll have to tune in next time for the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. See you then.